everyone, and welcome to NCCL Season 6. If you missed last season, that's alright. We didn't win, we lost in semifinals of the playoffs. But we're back again. My team, the Fallarbor Flygons, we're really hoping to finally get our win. We've been in playoffs every season since Season 2. And we just want to finally win here in the Choice Band Division, which is the highest division of NCCL. Now, if you don't know what NCCL is, it's a Pokemon Draft League I run. If you want a link to it, it's going to be in the description to the Discord server. It's going to have all the rules and stuff. Maybe you could even join if you haven't already, because I know most people that watch this have already joined. And then there's my dad, who's here. He's probably watching this. Hello, Dad. Anyway, now let's go to the draft recap. So, draft ended a couple of days, like a week ago, I think. A while ago. And I'm just going to be recapping our picks and why, and the plan that I had and how it changed and how it stayed the same, and what I think his strengths and weaknesses are. So let's start. So our first pick was Tornadus-T. We were third pick, which allowed us to pick up Tornadus-T because I know that otherwise we wouldn't have been able to. So I'm glad that we were able to get this pick that I wanted. So Tornadus-T, it's a very good mon. It's got regen. It's got a lot of utility with defog, knockoff, and U-turn. So it's a good pivot. It's very strong with Hurricane. It can even run a surprise physical set when it's not expected, like Superpower, Bulk Up, Acrobatics. It's a very flexible Pokemon, and it's very fast. So this is our fastest one. Spoilers, I guess, with 121 speed, and that's very good. It's faster than a lot of most mons actually in this division. So. I think it's going to have some pretty good synergy because, for a little spoiler again, I did draft, of course, my hubby, Mega Dudebro again, and as we all know, before he Megas it, he's got regen, so a nice little regen core that could come a couple times. But regardless, Tornadus-T, it's just a good mon. You can't really go wrong with it. It's got a million sets. I mean, not a million. It's just a lot of utility. It can be bulky, it can be offensive, it can be support, it can be a breaker, it can be a cleaner, a sweeper, anything you want it can do, except I guess be a Trick Room on, which it's sad, or hit its moves. So let's just hope that we get good RNG this season and we don't miss all our Hurricanes and Focus Blasts. Anyway, our second pick was Melmetal. Now this may have come as a surprise to a bunch of people, because as most would know, my usual Steel type is just Gucci Wall, but I'm afraid to tell you that Gucci Wall is currently at college, so they can't really come this season. So we picked up Melmetal instead. It's much more well-rounded Pokemon. It's a lot stronger, and it's a lot better out of Trick Room and less one-dimensional. It's a great Steel type. It's got like insane bulk. You can run Assault Vest. Choice Band is sadly it doesn't have a lot of utility, but it's a very strong tank that can be very threatening in Trick Room. And surprise, surprise, I'm running Trick Room again. So this was just a very good pick. That I think is going to put a lot of work into the season. It's probably going to be running most weeks a Choice Band set or some sort of maybe substitute set that's going to utilize people switching out. It's got good coverage thanks to Iron Fist, Ice Punch, Thunder Punch that can break bulky ground types or bulky waters. But really, it's probably just going to be clicking double Iron Bash a lot and like claiming lives, especially because in Trick Room that's like a 50% chance to flinch, I think. So it's going to be Trick Room Jirachi, really. Okay, anyway, the third pick is Infernape. Now, this starts our Firewater Grass score, uh, and it's also our second fastest mon. I used it in BRL, which is another league I'm in, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was a really good mon. Helped me a lot. I ran like a million sets. Infernape's a good offensive mon because you can never be too sure what set it's gonna run. It could run Swords Dance, trying to be a setup sweeper with Mach Punch, trying to pick off faster mons. It can be Specs. It can be Scarf. It can just be. You can even run Bulky. It can run Nasty Plot. Uh, it's got some pretty good utility at Stealth Rocks and U-Turn. Uh, as you'll see later, we don't have that many rock setters, so Infernape might even run some bulky sets every once in a while. But really, as we all know, it's mostly going to be here. Infernape's main role is to be fast and strong, and being able to pick off weakened teams with Vacuum Wave, Mach Punch, or just being a Scarf, or just really outspeeding the rest of the team. It's a mon that's really hard to prep for in most matchups, and I think it's going to be very useful. Now, round 4, we got Krookodile. So now we got a ground type now. This round Krookodile is also an incredible hazard setter, one of the best stealth rockers you can have. It's also got a lot of utility with one of the stronger knockoffs, and also pursuit, which is allowed. So it can run a bulky set thanks to Intimidate, take a lot of strong physical hits, and hit back hard with Earthquake or Knockoff, or even call it switch with Pursuit and trap a troublesome Psychic type. So we can even run a Scarf set, maybe even a Bulk Up set to sweep slower teams. It's just very what's the word? Well, it's very good, obviously, but it's more like it fills a perfect niche for this team that we're currently missing, which is a mon with about with in its speed tier that's like 92, I think. That can set rocks reliably, and it's also a dark type and a ground type, so it's really perfect. And I'm glad I picked it up this early. Now, what can you really say? It's just Mega Dudebrow. It's gonna do what it's gonna do. It's a pivot with teleport with like insane bulk and regen before Mega. It can't get knocked off. I mean it can, but it's not gonna hurt that much because well, Mega Stones don't count as items, so they are knocked off and the power isn't boosted. So Mega Dudebrow is gonna be a wonderful pivot. It's gonna set up some Trick Room and wall a lot of physical mons. Sorry. And it's going to support It's going to have pretty good synergy with Melmetal, where it sets up Trick Room, then teleports out, and now Melmetal is here to do some damage. So yeah, that's what Mega Dudebrow is here. Yeah. You know, and it can even run the classic Calm Mind set. That's hard to break with thanks to Shell Armor, but we'll see if that actually comes. Maybe we run a Calm Mind Iron Defense, Stored Power, Body Press. We'll see. You know what I say? Mommy always told me, you know, Mega Dudebrow is like a box of chocolates. I don't remember how that line goes. You never know what you're gonna get. There you go. Except most of the time you do know what you're gonna get, and you got a selection of like 4 things, and those are the things that you're gonna get. Anyway, pick 6. We got a fairy type now. We got Melmetal, and I think Florges. Supports it really well because, of course, it has Wish that gives Melmetal actual recovery, so it can be a good defensive mon with actual healing. Thanks, and it's just like as you'll see a lot of the, and as you've already seen, mons like Krookodile that really benefit from Wish. Florges acts as a wonderful cleric. It's also got it's also our first. Wait, no, it's our second hazard removal. It has defog alongside Tornadus-T, so those are going to be some for our main hazard removal options. But what Florges does, it just clicks Wish, it tanks a hit, maybe stops an outrage or a skill shot or something, then it sends it to a mon that really needs it. And I think it has really good synergy with this team with mons like Krookodile and Melmetal and some mons that you'll see later. Now, Porygon 2, it's really just the trick room machine. That's all it's going to do. It's going to come in, waltz a mon, set up trick room, teleport out, and then let in an abuser like Melmetal or actually, and it's also another normal type. So that's a ghost immunity, so we don't get destroyed by specs ghosts or strong ghosts that can find ways to break Krookodile. So yeah, it's just the trick room machine, which is going to support some of our trick room abusers, like Dhelmise, which completes our fire, water, grass core. It's a strong grass type. It's also a ghost type, so we got a spin blocker if we need one. Speaking of spin blocking, this one got rapid spin too, so that's our third hazard removal. It's got like 40 speed, so it's and like a lot of attack. It's got Swords Dance. A lot of people don't know that actually. I probably shouldn't have said that. It's gonna reveal some stuff, perhaps. But nevertheless, it's got actually three stabs, which are very strong. We got like Poltergeist with a 110 base power that's very spammable. We got Power Whip with a 120, and like a Gyro Ball with like 150 that's also stabbed depending on how slow the mon you're attacking is. So Dhelmise is going to be a big threat in Trick Room, I think. And it also benefits from Florges' Wish, because it also doesn't, well, it does have synthesis, but you're probably not going to want to run it when you're running it as the full-on offensive set. So Florges allows it to come in more often and allow it to really hit hard with its strong moves on Trick Room. So I think Dhelmise is going to be pretty good here. Now, completing our Fairy Dragon Steel Core, we got Regidrago. We got the Dragon Ball. Look at that. Now, as you may know, Regidrago has like nothing. It's just got like Dragon moves, Fire Fang, Hammer Arm, and like Crunch. Needless to say, Regidrago isn't exactly going to come to every game, but in some matchups where either the opponent has a weak fairy or a fairy that's probably not going to come, or even just it existing forces the fairy to come, which allows both Melmetal and Dhelmise to take advantage of that. It's also a setup sweeper. It's also very bulky, like 200 HP, which most of the time it's not really going to use because it's got 50 defenses, but it can help it survive some key hits. It's also got Dragon Dance alongside Firefang and Hammer Arm, so depending on what steals some teams have, it could get a lot of use. Yeah. So that's my explanation of why I'm drafting a terrible mon like this. Anyway, moving on to round 10, we got Cryogonal. Is it Cryogonal or Cryogonal? I think it's Cryogonal. Pretend I said Cryogonal the first time. So, this mon is just here specifically to do two things. One, it's to fill out the speed tiers, get us another mon that's over base 100. It's also an ice type, so it can threaten out and a lot of dragon types that are slower than that. So like Garchomp 2, Salamence, Dragonite, those kind of mons, they're pretty threatened by this, especially if we get it to switch in on an Earthquake, or maybe if we're even running Scarf. We get it on a pivot move like Tornadus-T's U-turn or Teleport from Porygon. It's also, in the second rule, is to be more hazard removal. Because as you may have noticed, we got 2 Defoggers and 1 Rapid Spinner, so I wanted another option for hazard removal, and this one was one that seemed pretty good. It was a nice type, it was fast, and it was pretty bulky on the special side at least. And it can run some wacky sets too, like Maybe we're gonna run, I don't know, acid armor or something. We'll see. Uh, I I don't see this coming to many games, but I think it's gonna be pretty good when it does, and like specifically removing hazards when like the three other mons don't usually might not always want to run removal. Okay, next up we got Roselia. It's not Rose Raid, sadly. It's too expensive, but it's here for two things. One, our team is currently kind of weak to bulky water, so another grass type helps. And two, it's a grounded poison type, so our team doesn't have a problem absorbing. Well, it might have a problem, but it won't always have a problem absorbing toxic spikes with teams that abuse it. So we'll have an option to deal with that. And three, it's a spike setter, so it gives us the option to spike stack against some teams that might not have the best removal options, or removal options that can be taken advantage of. And because, as you may have noticed, some of our other mons, they really appreciate some chip damage. So mons like Dhelmise, Melmetal, even Regidrago, they definitely appreciate the extra chip from spikes and toxic spikes. So that's nice. Now our final pick was Probopass. This was originally I had originally planned either a lone golem or a lone graveler, but I saw Probopass was just only 2 points. I thought, well, this allows me to get Roselia, which I was wanting, and it all still acts as what I wanted, which is a Pokemon with Magnapole. So why do I want Magnapole, you may ask? Well, as you may have noticed, the two strongest mons, which are Tornadus-T and Melmetal, uh, their stabs are resisted by steel. And we also have Regidrago, which only has dragon moves pretty much. So if we're able to remove some troublesome steel types in some matchups, it could be very useful. So I thought Probopass was a good budget pick to give us that sort of option. It also gives us another pivot and another stealth rock setter, which we are also needing. And that's really all it's going to do. That's basically its only role here. So I mean, I also personally love Probopass. I know that's not a very popular opinion, but Probopass is one of my favorite Pokemon. So I'm really excited to use it in a draft league format, and I hope we do bring it at least once, so that I can prove all the people that didn't believe me, that said that Probopass was terrible and Probopass didn't fit this team at all. I can prove them wrong and show that Probopass is indeed a good, well, that Probopass is usable and it will do something in this league. And so that's the team for this season. Now, what are my thoughts on it? Well, I think it's a pretty good team. I'd say it's better than my team from last season. Well, it's definitely not Sun Trick Room again. It's got Trick Room, but not Sun, so that's something new. But I can still see that there's definitely some flaws. Specifically, no electric type hurts. Hurts our matchup against bulky waters. That all of Melmetal, Infernape, Krookodile, even Slowbro, and what was I thinking? And Tornadus even struggle with. So, but I do think I can make up for that with Dhelmise and Roselia being budget picks that can kind of handle it. But I think I can still play around that weakness. I have the tools and the smarts to do it. Now, I haven't really looked that hard into the other teams this season, but I can tell that they are going to be very challenging, and we still have the tough players from last season that came back. So we got Zach, we got Chromia, who won last season, I didn't make a game on finals. I probably should have, but I didn't have the time, unfortunately. It was definitely an interesting finals, to say the least. Krumi was not the person I expected to win, but like stall with Garchomp and Mega Lopunny, but it was definitely unexpected, and well, that was definitely a finals that happened all because of hacks and semis. But let's not get into that. That's a bit of a tangent. Let's go. Let's get back on topic. So I think this team is gonna go far. I hope that we can make playoffs. Uh, Charles uploaded player rankings, and he said that my team was number 6 out of 12, so pretty middling. But I think I have the skill to make up for that, and I have awareness of both my own weaknesses and the weaknesses of my opponent's teams. I got that foresight, you see. I also do a lot of mocks. I like to be prepared and spend a lot of time building, trying out sets, and seeing which one is better. But well, at this point, I'm just rambling. So let me just wrap this up. I'm very excited about using this team and about this season, and I wish all the other players uh, the good luck and to have fun, because you know that's really the point of Draft League. It's not to win; it's just to have fun. And if you're not having fun, what's the point, you know? So I just hope we all have fun here. I hope RNGesus is on everyone's side, and no one's missing any hurricanes or getting crit at unfortunate times. So, uh, thank you for watching this video. I hope you stay tuned for the following season of NCCL. I've never done a draft recap like this before. It's new. Tell me what you think. I will work kind of hard on it. I'm a bit of a tryhard, you see. Laughing at my own jokes sound incredible. Let me just wrap this up now. Like, subscribe, all that stuff. Watch my other videos. Watch the last season. That was a wild season, definitely. And yeah, I hope to see you. Good luck and have fun. And have a nice night or something. Bye.